have to go back and get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we left it on Bimil.
That's pretty much being bombarded from orbit.
That is true.
No.
Okay, so sorry about the little interruption. Now back to
Alright.
where were we? Oh, that's my full train of thought. You have the weapons back at the ship. They got delivered there. Again, though, the guys at the place will let you know. All right, we're taking it to your ship. You cannot offload it though. It's still going to be illegal within the spaceport, so keep it stowed on the ship.
Mm.
Yeah.
Also, a minor point, but I think we also wanted to buy a license, bounty hunting license, before heading out, and just
How
look
much
up
would that
bounties
cost?
to see if
We are
anything is,
losing
underway.
kind of going thin on funds, really.
Yes.
Yes, it might be best to just go for it, especially since speed is.
Without having
at the mo-
a
at-
time versus
Yeah, at the moment,
mean,
at the moment, speed is on our time. If we wait, then it might very well not be.
I think we should first try to upper hand Devik.
Yeah.
There's
If
a
we
bunch of like from what she's told us, there's a bunch of Dereks running around.
Yep, the one in the vehicle is the leader.
Mm.
The thing is, if we wait, take hours or even days, it could take to get what's it called, our get the licenses. Then they could very well just move out, leave the base and move to another place. They do know that we have captured Aneska.
Oh, and since they saw us through the eyes of the droid, put on clothing that can obscure our face.
I don't think that.
I don't think you can hide a Trandoshan very well.
Not only that, I don't
mean,
think
you can
he
try
just
through them.
has seen us through the droid. Doesn't have such an array on it to transmit all the data.
Remember the woman in
The
Aneska?
woman
She
had
the
a pad to watch through the droid's eyes. We just don't know if more people can watch through them.
Yeah, someone.
And the droid self-destructing was a decision on the droid's part.
Well, we don't know that. It could be on the droid's
No,
part.
when
It could
I
be that
asked,
it's triggered.
when the droid asked us if we are part of it, I said it depends on your answer. He started taking it as a no and started trying to blow himself up.
Well, we have to assume our identities are.
They've always been compromised. They already
it's always
tried to kill us one time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he knows our faces or not. It's just
Yeah. Anyways,
Jin wants to talk. Your character wants to talk him down of doing these acts, and try to assess if he's helping the Sith directly or indirectly.
anyways,
Yeah, so basically storm him, then either talk him down or bring him down forcefully.
well, do we want to check the dang prices for the dang licenses, or
We could check it, but we could just see it. I mean, if it doesn't take too long. If
is
there's
there any sort
a
of-
line in front of that building, then no.
is this some sort of registry or anything, or some sort of office building for said bounty things?
So you
What's
can
this
go
mode?
to a quick general, essentially scan will show that within the area of Vinsock, that kind of sector of space, getting a bounty license is around 500 credits.
Yeah, nope,
Nope.
that's not happening.
We can maybe afford one of them, but not per person. So
Yeah.
vigilantism it is.
All you really need is just one guy to have it, and they just say everyone's working for him. So one would be enough.
Oh yeah, true. And that's
But then again, that one guy would be the one that's allowed to have a bit of leeway, not the rest of the group. So one's good enough to get everything you kind of need, but the more you have, obviously, the better it is for your kind of freedom to do what you want to do, what you need to do.
Currently, the only
First
one
probably
that's
should get
using
that.
the illegal weapons is Arvok. So perhaps if he can get the license,
Yeah.
then should be fine.
Or it would be probably fitting for my line of work.
Exactly, or a mercenary. So not that far of stretch from mercenary work to bounty hunting.
I think I'll probably. Should we get a license?
Not
Because-
now.
All right. Because that's
Well,
gonna like
here's-
sap.
Here's
gonna,
one thing
like-
I can say, Arbok. Well, before we go any further, what's the group's plan of action? What's the group actually want to do? Are we going after this
I'm
guy, or are we doing
just-
something else?
I think we're all going for Derek. The question is just, are we getting the license first, or are we just going for him right away?
Going for
Because-
him right away.
Because the only thing I need is that like I can use my blaster rifle, but that's it.
Because that's the thing. This ship is not in the port. It is essentially out in the wilderness, which means there's no security out there. So you carry whatever you want.
Yeah. So either we just get the license, or we just smuggle it out of the
Yeah,
dang
that's what you're
port.
gonna do.
Like,
I mean, we did manage to smuggle some of the gas canisters.
yeah, but that was
Yeah.
we had the
And-
excuse because we were investigating.
Well, no, the gas canisters more that they never found them.
Well, yeah, because that was staying on the ship. My gun is going
Yeah.
off the ship.
Remember the
Hmm.
droid has a carrying capacity for an explosive charge. Can you put your gun inside?
I don't think it's big enough to fit a gun. Plus, it's
Yeah.
not really wiped, or
Everyone,
Friendly.
go ahead and build me really quick. I want to have a knowledge pool built. And what I want is either Outer Rim or Warfare, I'll allow.
All right.
it's. Yeah, I have no knowledge apparently.
Alright, if you're using Outer Rim, go ahead and put in 2 purple. If you have Warfare, put in 3. I know right now it's going to be the same, Warfare or Outer Rim for everyone, but it's going to give you an idea. That difficulty can't change based on what skill you use. But right now everyone doesn't have any training at all in any of these, so that's how it is. But go ahead and everyone put in Outer Rim so someone has any training in knowledge skills. And then 2 purple, and then go ahead and roll.
Yeah, my only knowledge skill is lore.
Mine is xenology.
Dang.
So here's one avenue you can approach. You want to carry heavy weaponry because you want to go after someone that's kind of bad. You've already helped out and are working for the port security to do this. There's a good chance if you talk to port security on what you're doing, they will probably allow you to carry this weaponry around.
I'm just worried that they're gonna try and hijack the operation.
Well, I mean, if you just say we have suspicion he might be out there, so we're heading out into the wilderness. And then we can also say, okay, no, we were wrong, we didn't find them. Sorry about, wasting your time.
All right. Yeah, I guess we can just try and talk with them about, heading out.
I would like to use the one advantage I rolled to get rid of one stream.
Not with that kind of roll, no.
Nah.
Nah, not
But
using
did-
brain
did-
power, no.
Almok and Jin.
Did we rest up in our ship, or do we just?
We don't have proper accommodations for droids.
Yes.
It's only one strain as it is. You're fine.
Yeah. Let's try to talk down. Talk with the talk down. Why I don't know why talk down still. Let's just try to convince the port security about our idea.
Yeah. So I suppose we'll approach them.
All right.
Approach casually, like a scout.
Yes, without the gun. Obviously, we're not taking it with us before we get confirmed.
That'll kind of off you do that. Alright, so essentially the best way to do this is to head to the main port security on this the spaceport. And as you get close, you do see that there is a bit of a bustling, busy activity. I mean, especially because there was an explosion as of late. And they're going through a lot of things right now to investigate. And yeah, so when you decide to, if so, enter the building, you're pretty much going to get ignored for a while until you decide to either approach them or, well, how do you want to proceed forward? 'Cause that's what it is. You're being a bit ignored right now as a lot of security teams are going in and out, going through investigations, going through other areas.
Well, I know how we can immediately find their intention. I think we might know where the leader in all this is. I say to like one of the, I guess, off like front deskmen.
Wait, do you know who's causing these explosions in the port?
We have a suspicion. Yes, we were able to gather enough information to determine, where they might be, getting all the bombs and, base of operation.
Yep. We found ourselves
You-
an informant.
You see, his reaction is actually more annoyance than a sense of relief, I would say. You get the idea, Arvok, that he's probably gotten a lot of tips, probably false, about what's going on. So he actually goes and just hands you a data pad and says, alright, information you have, put it there, we'll check it out. He really doesn't believe you.
I'm sorry, sir. We may have misunderstood here. I'll give him the card. We've approached you a while ago to investigate with the. We're not saying that he is out there. We're just saying that we'll be heading out there to see if he's there, and to confirm. Once we actually have a proof, we will of course give it to you. We just our problem is mostly that if we head out into the deep wilderness and find said people. Well, frankly, they're dangerous, and so we were wondering if we could perchance really get some, licenses or
Permission.
permission to bring some of the more exotic weaponry out there.
You looking to take heavy weaponry out of your ship? Or are you
Yeah.
looking to acquire heavy weaponry?
We have it and are looking to bring it out of the ship.
Go ahead and build me a charm pool there, Jen.
Okay.
Put in 2 purple. It's an average check. He's been
Okay.
a bit annoyed all day, putting the black. And if you have nothing else to add, go ahead and roll.
Since we do have proper licenses and we are, basically we're instead of coming with work for them, we are going out to do it instead. Could we add a blue?
You need to drop the card. Put in a blue, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to help talk. Okay, no.
Well, this might help out. What do you want to say, Arvok?
I just wanted to say that we know that you've gone through a lot. With all this annoyance, this could be just an easy little relief from the problem. If you let us, take care of it.
Arvok, go ahead and roll a boost die in chat.
Boost. Okay.
Looking for success. You'll succeed. Not quite.
Advantaged. Okay. Why?
For advantage. He looks at you, Jin looks at you, Arvok, and he goes, look, we've been getting non-stop reports of rumors, leads, all been false, non-stop. Now, you want to do the same thing, but you want acquisition to heavy weaponry to be allowed through the port. It's a waste of time. And he whispers to you, Jin, as well as Arvok. It's going to take a bit of leeway to do this. I could probably allow it if you help me out a little bit.
Mm.
He wants a bribe.
That's my impression. Would we know, generally speaking, what's a regular size of a bribe here in these parts?
I would say I would start it at, we'll go 200 credits, and I'll drop it by 25 for every event you got down to 100 credits.
Oh, can we bluff using the unidentified credit card we picked up? Credit chip?
Wait. Instead of paying this guy, let's just get the fucking license. Instead of paying him 100.
It's either 500 credits or 100 credit.
Yeah, 500 forever.
Or that credit stick you got might work also.
You don't know how much is on it, anyways.
I know.
Yeah, purpose. You should just use it and get it over with. It wasn't random gangers, so.
Yeah,
All
let's
right, I
just
guess we can just
ask
use that.
for Let's just ask for the price of the bounty hunter.
500 credits.
We know that already. It's 500 credits.
Wait.
And we don't do that here, obviously. That's a different place.
And then also it's per person.
Alright, so we can just go ahead and shake hands and then just, do the textbook
Well,
slip.
what are you
thing.
offering?
The credit chip.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, officer. Like, we can gladly give you help you. And I was just, have it over the table and like push it over.
Ah, fantastic. You take, how about some of the rabble here also, eh? You've done a service to Vinsoth quite a much. Thank you. As he kind of plugs it into the console, you don't see a reaction from him at all. He does a couple of passes on his data pad, and then he puts it down into his pocket as he actually passes all of you kind of a small chit. And he goes, all right, this will allow you to have access out to the exits of the spaceport, not into the interiors of the city, but you can exit with the weaponry. And he hands it to all of you.
All right.
Oh, by the way, didn't quite catch your name.
No, you didn't. Have a good
All
day.
right. Does he have a name
You
tag?
too.
He does not.
Just
Look, let's go.
Let's
We don't want
go.
to ask more questions. We never
Yeah.
want to ask more questions. Besides, if we
Yeah.
need more credits, I can just take that favor.
okay. Let's just. So, are we ready for the mission outside the walls?
Most likely.
Yes. Let's head back to our ship and load up the speeders.
I also finished calibrating my macro binoculars, so these should be ready to use.
Oh, Paul?
Yes.
Is it okay if I just quickly mark down the, I make a timestamp? How should I put it? Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly, make, get a notebook, and then just gonna say that, type it in what time we met this guy, and then so if we ever
You're
have
really
to,
suspicious of this one guy.
no, he can be used for blackmailing, because it's a unchecked card.
Oh,
It's
Go
dirty
ahead and
money.
blackmail security. See how that turns out.
yeah, you'll see how that turns out when we're
You can
kicked
note,
off.
you can note it down if you want
planet.
to. It can be used potentially, but if you want to note it down, you can note it down.
We'll be beaten down before we can say police brutality.
Yeah,
It's leverage. Okay, it's leverage. It's important.
The thing is that we'll only we can only try to go against the guard if it's Republic space, or we
Yeah,
have
if-
someone.
If it's Republic space, he'd probably get reprimanded. But if it's Sith,
Yeah,
No one's
like
gonna-
if it's if one of us were a Sith, also we could
Well, here's the thing. Remember, these are
go
not
against
Sith.
them.
This is not. the
No,
Force
no,
is
but
not
a Sith.
So
No, you're misunderstanding. What I mean is that we have someone also on the authority side to apprehend them for corruption.
yeah.
Like a Sith could also do that if it's Empire space. That's what I meant with it.
I mean, the Sith wouldn't even need to bother. They can just bring the weapons. Nobody's gonna stop a fucking Sith.
The Sith is-
think the Sith
the
is
Sith-
just going to kill this man.
Yeah,
Sith-
they would
the
just
Sith
like
don't
take the
give
weapon.
two craps of what. They're only here to occupy the planet, not to.
Yeah, I mean, depends on the
Conquer it.
Sith.
They're clearly just here to refuel or repair something.
Yeah. They don't have a station on here. You haven't seen any Sith yet. You've seen some Imperial remnants, but not any Sith.
I mean, I just look up into orbit.
Yeah,
I
you'll
can
see the
see
Sith. You'll
some.
see the Sith, but on planet, no, you haven't seen any Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we can just head back to the dang ship and start preparing.
So here's the question. You do have essentially two speeders. You have one speeder as well as one speeder truck. Again, they are not yours, but that's beside the point. The issue, though, is that the seating. One only carries two, one carries one. That's 3 out of 5.
That's what I've always been thinking. We only been able to fit two because Beavu's small
Yeah.
on this dang speeder.
So you do have speeders, but Not enough for all of you, which means there's a couple of things you can do. Now, you always just take the ship out and just fly there if you want to destination. But that's the thing, where's the destination? Now, luckily, Neska has told you where she knows it potentially is, so you got that. But getting there, you want to go by foot? You want to get another speeder? Do you want to? How do you want to get there? Now,
I think it's better off. Oh, what?
As you're back on the ship, there's nothing that's to stop you from getting to the ship. Nothing's gonna happen. So at the ship, as you're formulating the plan of how to get there, you'll bring up a local, I guess, chart of the region. Maybe it will scan by the ship, or you got it from the actual docks, information-wise from the HoloNet. But Neska will point out that there is an area that is essentially listed as just blank space for the most part. That is, well, by, I would say, speeder, a couple hours out. So getting there by foot, not so easy. Speeder, that's another thing. The question is, how do you want to get there?
Do we know,
We don't-
generally speaking, how prices for renting a speeder, not just one, for a day or two would be?
I do have information on hand. Renting a speeder bike, one person is going to be 60 credits per day. Renting a land speeder is 100 credits per day, and that'll carry up to 3.
You guys know I
And-
could just walk over there.
That's gonna be a rough walk, anyways.
Nah,
Yeah.
come on, only like 60
Yeah, like
minutes.
although you could probably do a day walk without a problem, the question is how long would it take? Like that would be days.
We
The
The
If
thing
I
is,
walk-
really.
The terrain outside of Vinsoth is that of the area pointed out is almost heavy wooded area. Getting there would probably be maybe 2 days of a journey.
I say we just
Heavy
rent
wooded
the-
area. Okay, that sounds easy for Allhawk.
Yeah, but
He's-
not us.
he's native of Rishi, man. Like that that place is essentially just Kashyyyk, but without too many dangerous
I
enemies.
might have not
Well, the
had
question
trouble.
isn't the difficulty; it is the time.
Alright, okay,
Yeah.
Arbok, what do you want to say?
I might not. I might be from a dang like like a
Fandosha.
tropical dang foresty area, but I've been from home for a long time, and I don't think I kind of lost those kind of traits, huh?
It's still gonna slow you down no matter what, even for you, Elhawk.
Yeah, the time. The time is more of a pressing issue.
Look, I
But
say we just
try to like grip, just keep myself steady on one of the speeders.
look. We have like pretty much like 5 people plus the one scout that's supposed to help us locate it. Like, we might as well just rent.
Wait,
it
she
in.
must have arrived here somehow.
Unless she was living here.
But no, but she knows of the base and she was there. That
Sleeper
said-
agent.
What do you mean sleeper agent?
Like,
Well, like, she could have been driven here and then just dropped off.
That's
Oh, we
that's
could-
what it was. He has his own speeders there, as well as some of the people that there might be cells in the city. I'm not sure where they might be, but when I was speaking to him, I was taken there by a speeder.
I think we should just rent a speeder. If we fly there and then we could be shot down. Like, who knows what anti-aircraft defenses they have. It is a shot down cruiser after all. They might still have intact weaponry.
plus, I don't want to risk blowing
Not
up
even
my
to
ship
say
again.
that,
Yeah, exactly. That's why the
it would be
speeder
pretty
is
noticeable
better
if you
choice.
just fly there.
Yes, if you want to try to remain hidden, then the speed is our best bet.
Yeah.
It's 100 credits, so that is, you don't have a lot of money. But
Again, we
I
still
think-
have some other jobs that we can take. That's after this one.
You do.
Yeah, exactly.
Real quick, Anaya, I know you were kind of interrupted there. What were you saying, Anaya? You want to take this ship there?
No,
or
no,
were you
I
asking?
was just saying that we could be also like noticed prematurely.
So
if we go,
you will
like,
immediately be
flying
noticed.
there.
That's one thing about a ship is, yes, it's
Yeah.
probably the fastest. It's also the most obvious. Also the most firepower, but then again, that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's very, very obvious when you take a ship over there.
Yeah,
But
and we
that's
will also
way.
probably want to recover some things from that wreckage, not just blast it into oblivion.
Yes, it sounds like it's renting. We'll go rent a speeder.
Yep.
All right.
So
to make
I
it
guess
easy,
we,
I'll
uh,
just take it from the ship funds. We'll do 60 credits.
Is it for the land speeder, which can
What?
carry up to 3?
No,
That
I
would
think
be
last
for
time
the
was-
speeder bike, which would carry 1. Are you want to take Nesca with you?
Well, yeah, she's kind of helping us lead in this day.
She.
Okay.
I think
Sure.
the speeders we have, isn't that what we have? One speeder bike, and then we have one, like, you know, like 4 people,
It can carry 2.
or okay.
We have a speeder bike that can probably carry Beaver and one other
Yes,
person,
that's what it is.
and then
Right.
the big one thing that we had, which could carry 2 people, so probably like, well, 2 people, and then we'll probably have to get like another one.
So land speeder
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
Land speeder it is. So it's 40 more credits. So we are down to 765 credits on the ship. All right. So with that, you got the land speeder, and Nesca will join you as you all traverse. You have the weaponry
Shoot.
allowed to exit the port into essentially the open area outside of the city.
All right. I guess we're heading out then.
Was insisting coming with us, if I remember correctly.
Who's coming with us?
The woman.
Nesca?
Yeah, Nesca's coming with us.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that she was insisting coming with us.
She was, and you're starting to see that she's starting to get a little now. As you're actually walking out of the city, loading onto the speeders, she's seeming a little hesitant. Not in the fact that she's like about to betray you, but she seems to be getting generally a bit scared right now of what's about to go on. She has a bit of hesitation in her actions, but she does load up onto the speeder. And then you head out. Put in the wind to your hair, the landscape behind you as you're traversing the areas of Vinsoth.
The only
And
3 of us have hair.
some of you got hair, some of you don't. Some of it's just the wind off your scales or the droid's head. But as you're traversing, it goes from the flat terrain area around the spaceport to a bit of the outskirts type of civilization, some type of settlements you come across, and then eventually you're getting into complete wilderness. And even from out here, as you're going to the northwest of the port, you're coming across, again, signs of a battle that has happened here between the Republic and the Empire. You're seeing the remnants, the structure, the skeletons of large ships being essentially torn down and scrapped. As Bevo has seen in some of the Holovid or the HoloNet investigation, there were some teams going out to essentially scavenge and tear apart the vessels that crashed on the surface, which is what happened to some of the people in the port, which is how the situation arose with Aneska and some of the other individuals. And you have the data link in front of you on the terminals of the vehicle or the data pad that's showing the path. Aneska is pointing you in the direction that she vaguely recalls the speeder that took her to the area that you're all going. And the going happens for a couple hours.
Okay.
Now, to see how the generalized situation is going, I want to see which one of you. We have essentially 3 speeders right now. So this is going to be a bit relevant, because I'm just kind of curious how this is. So let's go ahead and pull up a map real quick.
There's gotta be some like bumps, hills made out of scrap and spaceship debris, right? I would like periodically climb on one of these, or just like drive them up, just to scout ahead with my micro binoculars, because I can zoom up to 10 kilometers.
So
per
you
hour.
mean like just stop the speeders to scout?
Yeah, no, not really stop, just slow down so I can just quickly climb it up some secure footing, look around,
And there are a couple
scan
hours
it.
you would definitely do this. Even there's some times where Aneska would not really know, or she's kind of a bit of time to recall where you're going. She's not the one that actually drove the vessels, or the vehicles, I should say. And so there are a couple times where that would be relevant to Alhawk actually doing that, scanning the horizon, trying to find the terrain. So with that being said, Alhawk, go ahead and build me a perception pool.
Perception. Oh, that's my worst pool.
All right.
Is it possible that he can get a blue because?
Yeah, I was gonna say that because of the
Okay.
zoom factor,
Yeah, put in a blue.
and me being a machine, would that also help?
Why are you putting purple for? I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, I don't know. It was standard roll, I think.
I'll
let you
try
know.
and-
It would be a standard roll. I'm trying to figure out why you did it ahead of time. But yeah, go ahead and put purple.
Wait, what?
2 purple, yes.
Oh, I can't
Music.
press it.
I want
It's
to try
almonds.
and help him in a way because of I want to see if I can spot anything off from my line of work. You get to see a lot as a mercenary.
I want. We all have like wrist pads and like data pads. I would just stream it on there to see
Well, let's
if
do
they
this.
see some.
Arbok, go ahead and build me a
Face.
perception pool. In this case, it would actually be better if Arbok actually did this.
Yeah, but I would still give
With your
them my
help.
boost.
So,
Yeah.
go ahead and give Arbok, you can be the main one. Go ahead and put in 1 blue, 2 purple,
And the assistance from Alhawk.
That is assistance from Alhawk, is the blue.
And then I fish for my die, and because I can point out what's more off in the landscape.
Yeah,
Due
but
to
you're you're just looking
experience.
for a crashed ship, so there's nothing that's really going to knowledge-wise tell you where to go. I'm actually going to say
I meant, like,
no to that
activity.
I
one.
mean, crash ship that is
I mean-
modified to be a base.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Yeah.
no to this one. Go ahead and roll. And one of the few times I'll say no.
Absolutely nothing.
Now, this is not to actually find a ship. That's going to be very easy to find because the general direction. This is to see all the stuff that is around, which you didn't come across. So, as is, everyone look at the map real quick, and I want you to show me which vessel, which one is on. Let me pull up an ESC also.
Oh, probably that one.
Where's she at?
And then I guess the guest and Beavu's with Alhawk.
Don't put it on top. Just put it to the side because it's gonna make things kind of wonky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just put next to the vessel you're gonna be on. Now the question is, I want to know
Yep.
who's leading. Who's leading this little delegation? Who's up front in this little convoy?
Aneska should be sticking with Jin because she's
I-
powered by him.
I think we should have the land speeder in the back since that we're renting that one. Like we don't want to pay the deposit. We would want to secure the deposit back.
True.
So
Let's
we
go
should.
small speeder leads, like our bigger speeder is behind it, and that the one that we rented is like behind everything at the end of the column.
Yeah, I think this is basically like the order. The question is just, I suppose, do we want someone else to be in the front, or should I
So
stay
this
here?
is the way forward. You see the arrow. So
Oh,
with that, let me know how. I mean, if you're going side by side, that's fine too. But you see the orientation I'm going with now.
I guess I think we should just go as a triangle formation. Really.
Triangle formation.
Diamond formation, go now!
Okay, we'll go with that. All right, so as you're heading off, it's been a couple hours. A couple times you do stop to see the things around the terrain. That's where you're just coming across the standard effects. It's wilderness out here. All the people that tend to reside on the planet tend to go to the big ports, the big cities, and it's just large expanses of empty terrain for the most part. You come across again the telltale sign of the battle that has happened around here. As you're going further, as the time passes the terrain is changing. It's getting from a flatland to more rolling, to more rocky, to more mountainous, to where it's getting a bit treacherous. It's getting to be a lot of crevices, a lot of small canyons, a lot of, well, terrain that you know now. If you went by foot, it would have been a excruciating pace to go forward. As it is, even going with the vehicles is starting to become a bit hectic, a bit dangerous. But you do get to the point where, in the distance, as the terrain shifts to now heavily wooded area, heavily forested and canopies, large trees, you see the signs of a vessel untouched by salvage, untouched by teams on board this planet. It is a Republic cruiser that has crashed. You see that from the distance, it has been heavily mangled. It is completely blackened from its descent from orbit into the surface. Even from here, as you're starting to approach, you're seeing trees, you're seeing rocks, you're seing a bit of the terrain that has been scarred, damaged by the fall of the vessel from space. This does bring to the question now, though. The terrain is starting to become very, very dangerous now for vehicles. But for the pace, you might now be about maybe 2 to 3 hours by foot. The question is now, do we take the vehicles through this, or want to go by foot? Go by foot is going to be essentially easy and take a bit of time. If you go by vehicle, some rolls are going to need to be made, and some damages could happen. How do I proceed forward?
I say we
Which,
basically just store the vehicles away and then try and carefully approach.
Why not
Yeah.
do both? You
Wow.
know, one is on foot leading, and the vehicles follow.
That's
Well,
still not really. That's
What
still
would-
gonna get the damaged vehicles.
Okay.
That sounds like that's basically like the downsides of both, like the risk and the slowness of walking on foot.
No, it's if we need to go away fast, then maybe.
Yeah, in that sense, I get you.
Yeah.
The
Maybe-
thing is, we can't just, easily do that, because, the vehicles are still gonna be in difficult terrain.
And just know, if you decide to hightail it out of here, it is very, very dangerous if you go by speed through this.
Hmm.
It depends on how many people.
And it's,
Are
if
we
you go through
near?
speed, through terrain, the roll's done. You can't fly over the trees. That's the thing. If you can fly over, it'd be easy. But because you have to test, you're doing the Endor speeder bike run from Return of the Jedi. So it's very, very easy to blow yourself up if you're escaping from someone, or chasing someone for that matter.
I would try to. We have a clear view of that blackened ship, correct?
The top parts of it, yes. It's high enough, big enough to where it actually peeks out of the canopy.
The
So getting lost is not a problem. You'll get there easy enough because you have a sense of where to go. It's just the vehicles now are going to be very, very hard to go through with.
And we are still in a heavily wooded area, so we're in a forest with a massive ship sticking out of it.
Yes.
So, okay, I was. Okay.
Yeah,
is
I
there
just
any mountain or hill that could give me a view in towards the ship, like not inside it, but into the valley?
No, it's going to be the tallest. The mountain is going to be the ship.
I say we just store the vehicles and go on
Okay.
foot at this point.
Beaver, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yep. So I was thinking, how close are we to the tree forest?
You're in it right now. It's just getting thicker
Ah,
and thicker
okay.
towards now getting really treacherous. You're having to slow down
Yeah.
because it's starting to get thicker and thicker.
Yep. So what I wanted to say is, we can just stash the trees, and then we can grab branches and leaves and cover the vehicles. And, if we were far away and we were still on the rocky terrain, we couldn't find anything to obscure it. So it's easy to hide our vehicles.
It's very
Yeah.
easy right now for the fact that no one's looking for you, and you're in the middle of essentially a forest. So you don't really need to hide it unless someone's specifically looking for you.
Yeah. Like, if we need to get out of here, we will be the first to arrive here, anyways.
Anaya,
that's
what
what
do you
I'm
think?
thinking.
She had to leave, but she said she's voting for going on foot
Okay.
Hmm.
Yep. So do I.
in Discord.
All right. So
So, Bevo and I are for on foot. Arvak, what's your opinion?
I've been saying stash the things and go on foot.
Okay.
Alright.
Jin, yours?
My vote for Leroy, let's drive, but it looks like I'm outvoted, so I'm fine with going on foot.
Yes, then on foot it is.
right.
All right.
Oh, what about Aneska? Does she have any
I mean,
suggestions?
she's an NPC, they don't get votes.
Okay.
Wow.
Honestly, on the way here, there have been a couple accidents. Nothing too bad, but a couple times I've seen that the train here is pretty bad for vehicles traveling through. So I do think it's probably safer if we go by foot.
All right then. To stash the cars. Is it possible the speeders? Can I try to hide it using leaves and stuff?
If you want to spend the time for it, yes.
I don't think no one is gonna steal that.
Just to be safe.
Yeah, just in case they like send out patrols.
Okay.
I mean, are there some scraps or destroyed corvette frigate parts around here we
there
can use
is,
to?
yes, there is.
Yeah, I would just take steel plates and just place them over them, so just to hide them.
So make this easy. For everyone that wants to help out actually hide the vessel or hide the speeders, go ahead and build me, please. Stealth pools.
What, stealth pools. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Stealth.
Yeah, sure, I'll help with the sneaking.
All right. So between Alhak, Arvok, and Jin, which one do you want to be the main one to do this?
Arvak progress, or Alak progress, more experience, like actually being stealthy, so they can do it.
I concede.
Arvok and Alhak. So Arvok's gonna be you.
All right.
Arvok, you're part of the military. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a blue automatically. Go throw that in.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a. Let's see, 1, 2. Go ahead and put in 3 more blue. Just the fact you have everyone else helping you out do this right now, and you did have the
Okay.
terrain. So this is gonna be all the blue I'm gonna give you. Now to see what might find this, we're gonna put in a red, as well as 1 purple. Now, here's one thing I need to talk about mechanic-wise of the game. This is a situation where this rule is going to determine what happens in the future. This is the thing that's going to be the final result. You're going to think, no matter what, you successfully hid this thing. The result's going to determine later on in the scene how it plays out if you did it good enough. So even if you fail right now, your character might still think, yeah, this is good, because it wouldn't leave, obviously, if it doesn't look like it's good enough. This is essentially a roll for the future event if it might happen or not. So, Arvok, go ahead and roll.
We can also add a. Oh, never got. Oh yeah, you don't need to add a force points.
Yeah. The moment you take about 3 steps away from it, it all disappears. So,
Dang.
yeah. Between the combined help of everyone, Arvok and everything, yeah, this thing is hid really damn well. All 3 vehicles.
We
Wait,
won't get. Wait. We won't get any problems finding it, right?
No, you put it in your data pad where it's located at.
Okay. So that would be like counterproductive to hide it that well. That
If you would have rolled a despair, it would have been either you lost where they were, or a random patrol to find it. So,
okay.
or something else. I'll have to see. As it is, yeah. Between all of you, you hide these things very, very well. You got the location noted down. Now you start heading off into the heavy wooded area, and every so often you see the wreckage of the ship ahead of you. Now, as we're heading out, is there anything anyone wishes to do? during the
I would
journey
look
out?
up the wreckage just to see if someone is on the lookout on top of the wreckage. Because I gotta reckon, even if you're in a group, in a terrorist group, like being on top of that wreckage would be an amazing feeling with the winds going around. So I'm just guessing somebody's up there keeping lookout or just relaxing up there.
Alright.
So I would just look there, up there, zoom in, and see if someone is there.
Give
Just
me
to have
a perception pool there, Arvok. Alhak. God, your fucking name.
Just call him hawk or something.
Droid, build me a perception pool.
Dang.
Wow, racist.
Yeah.
Put in. It is very easy to see. I say it's easy. Put in 1 purple. Put 1 blue for your optics. And I don't think any black I could throw in, so go ahead and roll.
Still failure. I'm gonna tell. Ooh, oh my god, I was careful.
You take a look, and at the top, you see, well, slight movement, but it's not a person.
Is it a bird?
No.
Is it a plane?
It's a weird kind of flat disc, and it rotates, and then it kind of just stops moving.
I think
I
that might
would
be a radar or something.
Project that on. I would just call out everyone, like on the wristpads, show them the picture, and ask them what they think it is.
I think it's just like some sort of dish or maybe a radar.
Might be a security system, a camera,
Give me 1
perhaps.
second, and I can actually show you.
Okay.
This new file folder on my computer is being dumb. There we go. All right. Let's see. All right, this is the campaign. Where is the images I'm looking for? Oh, there it is. All right, you see this.
Flying.
That is
Oh.
definitely a droid. That's definitely some sort of
That's a
scouting
beef-
droid.
Yeah, that's a beefy scouting droid. Holy damn.
Size-wise, it's not that large. Oh, you can't really tell because it is pretty far away, and you can't really get a good reference because the ship is damaged and mangled. But yeah, that's what you see.
That is definitely some sort of like recon droid thing.
Right, and real quick, I can do a quick bathroom break. Right back.
Okay.
Should I hack it?
It's
Mm,
tons of miles away.
Not hundreds of miles, but it's certainly far away.
It's pretty far away.
Like,
It's still possible, right?
It looks menacing, man.
Yeah, it looks
Like
badass.
it reminds me that it's probably the design is probably based off the original scouting droids. But
I can see it. The thing is, I can still see like the top of another scouting droid on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
And no, you can't hack it. If droids are easy to hack, droids wouldn't exist. So
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Höska, not that important. I just send you a message on Discord. So
oh, I'll take
just a question,
one
but
second.
not that important right now, anyways. But just for the future.
Yeah, so if anyone sends me a message over Discord, just let me know. Because I don't tend to walk around if you send me messages as is, I always walk around my entire house, like into my garage and everyone in my kitchen. So let me know if you do send me a message.
Okay.
But this now
Okay,
brings forth another aspect of Star Wars that not many people think about. And that is, this is a civilized, for the most part, a civilized galaxy. Although there's still a lot of planets that are uncivilized for that matter. But most people commonly come from civilization. And so now when you have left your vehicles behind and you are fully alone in the wilderness, this can bring a sense of uncertainty, a sense of potential fear. So we're going to do the first fear check of the game.
Does a droid need to participate in that?
Yes, sir.
You're a bit more advanced than the average droid.
Yeah.
So we're going to make this an easy one. So everyone go ahead and put in, please, a discipline or cool. You get to decide.
Then or
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Damn, Jin. All right, put in 2 purple.
Yeah,
Everyone.
discipline is one of the like 4 skills, so I made sure to max that.
Yeah, I know. All right, and this is the first time probably maybe some of you have gone out into the said wilderness. Now you're with a group of companions, so I'll give you that. I'm gonna give you a blue automatically because you are with companions. Everyone put in a blue, but you are out in the wilderness. Put in a black for the first time as a group also.
Can I try to fish for blue?
How do you want to use it?
Ah, my first time.
You go first, and then I try to fish for mine. So
Yeah, so Anaya was, previously in the last like couple of years, she was traveling from planet to planet, spending a lot.
Old Hawk was home to Rishi, a wooded forest planet where most of the inhabitants were flying from tree to tree. This place looks more like a mini Rishi to me, and I never got wiped, so
I'll give it to you. Go ahead and give me a blue.
And also, can I try to fish one more time, or
Yeah, and I think you only get
one time
one.
is good enough. Beaver, what
Alright.
about you?
Well, I
don't
mean,
think, I don't think you can.
it comes from a desert. I
Yeah,
think.
and I'm gonna say you need to give me a really good fucking reason, Beaver, to give you a blue.
ah,
I say that's a no.
wait.
Yeah?
Wait. I
Huh?
mean, he's not okay. How should I put it? Okay, this might sound like I'm bullshitting. Okay, but hear me out. Since the group has consistently proved to be trustworthy, and that he's a scavenger, so traveling alone for like hours a day is like part of his daily routine. So I would say that although he would run away at the sight of movement, but then with partners and experience spending time in lonely parts of the lands, I say he's not that scared.
You kind of contradicted yourself, so I'll tell you what. Put in a blue and a black.
Hmm. Is this a good thing or a bad
Go both ways.
Mm.
Jen, lastly, it's on you.
thing?
Yeah, no,
Alright.
I've honestly got nothing. I was born in Coruscant and I spent most of my time in like civilized areas. I'm not fishing.
Put another black.
I've never
please.
fished before.
Put another,
Yes,
put another
okay.
black. All right. With that, go ahead and roll, everyone, please. First
Okay, I'm
effects of
gonna
the wilderness.
die
How does the
out of-
wilderness affect you? Ooh. All right.
Ooh, try.
Ooh.
All right.
Why
so...
am I the
Jordan.
only one scared? That doesn't make it.
Ryan's getting scared. All right, as it is, here's the effects of the fear, though. So, for whatever encounter that happens in this type of area for right now, Alhawk, you're getting a automatic black to all your rolls until you can kind of get over this effect. On top of that, I'm going to give Anaya as well as Arvak, I'll do it myself, 2 setback. As you do kind of calm yourself, you do get over it, but you do initially get hit by a bit of that uncertainty that has happened with this.
You mean to stress? Because you said to setback. So
Sorry, 2 strain, I mean.
Too strange.
2 strain, alright.
Yeah,
And anything
that's
to the
amazing.
advantages and triumph is used for?
Advantage Triumph here can be used to, if you do another check later on, you can give yourself blue
With advantage or with triumph?
with the advantage. The Triumph, Anaya, how would you like to use that?
May I make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
Since you're frightened, your awareness is height, so then you would constantly on the lookout, and are, although you're
She's not
easily
scared, though.
startled,
Yeah,
you're-
not really scared,
Alhawk's the one that
just
failed,
kind
not-
of staggered, for a time being, because, new area,
Yeah,
had barely been
I
in
would
that
say
climate
that
before.
you can't be surprised.
I wanted to say, maybe we stumbled, while, trudging through those woods, we stumbled upon a, still kind of half functioning, the droid like we've seen before, quite similar to it. But, kind of half functioning, just head spinning around, but not completely destroyed. Maybe attacked with wildlife. And talking about wildlife, I wanted to, when you asked about what everyone wanna do, I also wanted to check for any signs of local wildlife. Is it active in this area? That sort of thing.
Okay. As you all are moving about, having to maybe reassure yourselves, you kind of see some of you come under the effects of a bit of the nerves, and you kind of push through it. Alhawk, well, Alhawk, what makes you scared? What happened to make you scared? You're the only one that has happened to. What happened, Alhawk?
Well, I'm remembering. First, I was remembering the old forest of Rishi. Then I remember the first day of my awakening, the first day I was built, the day where I needed to save my maker out of that laboratory. And I'm thinking about this extreme, dangerous situation that I got through, protecting nearly everyone, but still losing a lot of Rishis that I failed to protect, which makes my programming a bit stressed out as he's remembering that. And it's more of a error that happens if a droid doesn't get wiped often enough. And he didn't get wiped in over 160 years. So that happens sometimes.
Okay. So that kind of brought back to you. On top of that, as you're all traversing forward, you got about maybe 40 minutes to 50 minutes of traversing through the terrain. As, again, it gets thicker and thicker. More I mean, you're definitely not in civilization, but it's getting more wild and more wild. You're starting to see more of the animal life around. And for the most part, they tend to stick away from you. See the buzzing insects, the botflies, the other type of animals that would be around. When, up in the distance, you hear zzz, bang, zzz, bang, zzz, bang.
I zoom in on the top of that droid. Did
That
it shoot at
droid
us?
that you zoom in is still on top of the ship. What you hear in front of you, you can't quite see yet. You hear it, all of you hear it, but you haven't moved to see what it is yet, because I'm going to give you a chance to do something else if you so wish. So I'm not putting you immediately upon whatever is making this noise. Obviously, you know it is because of the triumph rule, but how we want to approach this zzz, bang, you're hearing off from the distance. Close distance.
So it's not artillery shells that are flying towards us. Alhawk is doing the first thing he remembers doing the first time he was woken, and he lies on the ground.
So all the much the hawk just goes on the ground and lays down.
So I don't know I guess I try to peer at what making that sound.
Alright, Jin, what about you?
Yeah, I'll try to sneak up to approach the sound and check it out. Try to be stealthy.
Alright, so immediately, Arbok and Jin start moving forward to see the disturbance of this investigation. Or this disturbance. When you hear the shot of a blaster bolt fire off. Again, can't quite see anything, you just hear this. Anaya, Bivu, what do you two do as you hear this?
Anaya just signals Biwu to like move from the left side while she moves in from the right side to like kind of encircle that position. Seeing that Alhawk, being in better condition.
You hear another
I mean-
snap of a blaster being fired.
You see Alhawk getting up and just dolphin diving into cover. Like he's hiding invisible enemies at this point.
Arbok and Jin, as well as Bivu and Anaya, all of you start to converge on whatever is going on. Now, do any of you wish to approach in a stealth-like manner, or you just want to go and see this thing?
Stealth.
Probably
Yeah,
stealth
stealthing.
manner.
All right, here's how group stealth rolls work. Everyone build me a stealth pool.
Okay, how many what's called blue do I get from my previous roll?
1, I think.
What does my fear do? Setback, or was it?
It's
something
a
else?
counter-wise. Yes, you will actually get a setback. It's a black dice.
Okay.
Jin, what was your question?
No, I was using the 3 advantage earlier to give myself blue on next roll, so I'm wondering how many blue I get.
That would actually be on the next fear check that might happen.
Oh, the next fear test. Okay,
Yes,
never mind. Then
yes.
I can't do anything with my
What-
1 advantage, can I?
Yeah, what was about
No.
threat? Is it like on just skill check or also on fear?
The threat on the fear check give you strain.
Just strain, yeah. Alright.
Would my stealth be better because I was like native to
Well,
Rishi?
Hawk, I have you in the ground, not moving forward right now because you're kind of freaked out. So I'm not gonna have you roll at the moment.
Okay.
Bivu, I need you to stealth roll 2, please.
Oh, Anaya did signal him, but then I actually wanted to like try to get Alhawk back in shape.
Okay.
I'm actually worried if it's like if it's like his he's breaking down due to his mechanical stuff.
Okay. Anaya, you're the main roller. Go ahead and put in, please, 2 black.
Mm-hmm.